大家晚上好。首先感謝各位來到這裏，一起見證這個特別的時刻，能夠在這裏發言，見證我的女兒開啟人生的新篇章，對我來說是無比的榮幸。
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you all for being here to celebrate this special day with us. It's truly an honor to stand before you and share this moment as my daughter embarks on a new chapter in her life.
親愛的女兒，從小到大看着你成長為一位美麗、堅強又善良的女性，是我人生中最大的喜悅之一。而現在看到你找到了一位真正愛你、尊重你的伴侶，我的內心充滿了驕傲與幸福。
To my daughter, watching you grow into the beautiful, strong, and kind woman you are today has been one of the greatest joys of my life. And now, to see you marry someone who truly loves you and respects you fills my heart with pride and happiness.
Giuseppe，歡迎你成為我們家庭的成員。我們很高興你和 Amy 找到了彼此。我可以看出你對他的深愛。我相信你們一定能夠攜手共度人生，創造美好而幸福的未來。
To Giuseppe, I want to welcome you into our family. We are so glad that you and Amy have found each other. I can see how much you care for her, and I have no doubt that together you will build a wonderful life filled with love, laughter, and adventure.
婚姻是一場旅程，需要愛、耐心與理解。我相信你們一定能夠攜手面對人生的挑戰，並一起分享每一個快樂時光。
Marriage is a journey, one that requires love, patience, and understanding. I am confident that the two of you will face all that life has to offer, hand in hand, supporting one another through every challenge and celebrating every joy.
讓我們舉杯為 Amy、Giuseppe 祝福，願你們未來充滿愛、幸福與美好的回憶，祝賀你們。
So let us raise a glass to Amy and Giuseppe. May your life together be filled with endless love, happiness, and beautiful memories. Congratulations to both of you!
Check, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's loud. Welcome, everyone. I am Joe, and this is my beautiful wife, Veronica. We are Giuseppe's parents. We stand here on this beautiful day with our hearts full of joy and gratitude as we celebrate the marriage of Amy and Giuseppe.
In the spirit of Mother's Day, I am certain this resonates with so many. Giuseppe, our firstborn, what an incredible feeling that moment when we first laid eyes on you. The most profound sense of awe, the most powerful feeling of love and joy, combined with fierce protection and responsibility. You arrived as the second baby in a trio of cousins, Emily, born 13 days before you, and Isabella, born just 8 days after you. Together you were the three musketeers at all family functions, with countless pictures of you sandwiched between your two cousins. Emily and Isabella, quiet, calm, and sleepy, with their squishy cheeks and huggable folds of love. Then there was Giuseppe, bright-eyed, lean, and the most opposite of sleepy. You can imagine how I felt as a first-time mom in an Italian family with the skinny baby that did not sleep. winning at motherhood out of the gates. We embraced your uniqueness. Your name was chosen long before you arrived. Before we were even married, we agreed that if we were blessed with a son, we would name him Giuseppe and raise him to keep the original version of the name. And blessed we were with a son who gave us the gift of parenthood. Looking back, your early years slipped by like pages in the wind. We have so many moments we would like to share. So, here we go, our fastest 3 minutes of Giuseppe's early years with Joe Papalia stepping in for Chris Berman.
Born with his eyes wide open, Giuseppe was not your typical sleepy newborn. Sleeping in blocks of 2 hours, he awakened with a piercing cry that could shatter a china cabinet. That despite the worry with his lack of sleep, he smashed those milestones. Walked at 10 and a half months, talked at 11 months. At 17 months, he recited the entire Our Father prayer. At 22 months, with his little brother on the way, he tricked his nonno by reading the entire Monsters, Inc. book. He had memorized it page by page. At 22 and a half months, his brother Jake was born. Giuseppe was a natural protector, and he was eager to teach his little bro everything. At 3, he started school. At 4, he began learning to play the piano, wrote a song, and then quit. Woo! First team sport was soccer. Highlight soccer career moment was a 5-5 match where he scored not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4. With under 2 minutes left in the match, here comes Superman. You can't do it. Giuseppe Papalia with a crepe flying in the wind scores the 5th and tying goal of the game. It ended in a 5-5 draw. He conquered and moved on to tackle football. Then he ignited a passion for the sport like no other. In the off-season of football, he played hockey. It was there that the nickname was born, Juice. Hockey was good, but football was in his blood. A December-born athlete, he was almost always at a disadvantage. When size became an obstacle for playing football, he began his coaching career with me and the Bell Warriors. He brought an elite understanding and vision to the game on the bench. His head game was phenomenal. Sports of interest throughout his career included skiing, swimming, karate, ping pong, tennis, track, and golf. What a superb young man, fearless and courageous. He wanted to do it all. I have fun like this every Saturday night on primetime. Skål! Thanks, Veronica.
Moving on to the high school years and the big decisions of post-secondary education, Giuseppe took his first job in retail. He worked briefly at the butchery and American Eagle. We were having those conversations about opportunities and the future. With so many options and decisions to be made, it was time to get a real understanding of hard work. What better way than to join his father and grandfather and see what's involved in the construction business.
In the heat of summer, Giuseppe joined me at work. He began with a demolition on this one particular job. He made about 50 plus trips up the stairs, carrying material outside into the garbage bin. At the end of the day, we had a complication with the drywall delivery. In order to place the material in the basements, the sheets had to be cut down to 7-footers. It was past 6 p.m. when we finished on a sweltering Friday afternoon in Orleans. The following week, we went to work with his grandfather. More demo this time. It involved the removal of chair rail throughout the entire house, meticulous work with removing nails and removing the material the entire day. Once again, Giuseppe worked quietly. He was hard work, long and very hot and humid day. On the way home in the truck, Grandpa told Giuseppe how proud he was to see him work so hard and accomplish so much in a day. Good Lord, I know my son Giuseppe. But without even biting an eyelash, Giuseppe said, quote, Grandpa, If I have to do this for the rest of my life, I'm going to kill myself. I am going to school 100%.
So now he's listening to his mom, stay in school, get an education, but what will he pursue? This is how Giuseppe found his university path. 4 years was the max he was willing to go to school. He did not want to spend hours reading and writing papers. Highest paying job that fits that criteria? Software engineer. He enrolled in Carleton University, and the next 3 years flew by.
Year 4 was a challenge. COVID, lockdown, and isolation. In the fall, we were sitting at the dinner table, and Giuseppe announces that he is moving out. He explained that he had a need for independence and the desire to attain the skills for taking care of himself. I replied, "Son, spread your wings and fly." Allora, la mia bellissima moglie mi ha dato una puntata veloce sulla gamba.
For those of you who do not speak Italian dialect, I gave Joe a swift kick under the table. Giuseppe continued to explain that he already signed a lease. Oh, and he's also moving in with a girl. Despite my broken heart, how could I not honor the courage of my son to get out of his comfort zone and experience all the joys and responsibilities of adulthood?
Now we know that this girl is Amy, and we need to get to know her. First impression of Amy, stunning. Nurse in training with the most radiant smile. Not the greatest eater. I had to. Sorry. But immediately fits in, rolls her sleeves up at the kitchen sink following dinner. Amy, sweet, kind and thoughtful, always thinking of others. Her most endearing quality is her honesty, her most matter-of-fact directness that is truly refreshing. Her sporadic interruption in a conversation for an explanation of a definition of a word she has not heard of. Her opinion, her observation of a situation is always honest and forthcoming. Her authenticity shines so bright in this most charming aspect of her personality.
To me, she is the most wonderful feminine addition to our family. Some much-needed pink in my sea of blue. Amy, you've brought me soothing peace, awakened my creativity, and given me so many much-needed girl talks. You are quiet and calming, and there's a simple love and respect between us, and I look forward to our time together, always.
Giuseppe and Amy, better together. So how do these two truly mesh? The recipe seems to be a blend of opposites attract, common goals, passion for play and adventure, building and moving forward. Giuseppe, a little more of an introvert. Who has Amy, the socialite, to keep pushing him to put his phone down and join the conversation? Both driven to work hard at their thing, they elevate each other and those around them. It's impossible not to be impressed with the perseverance and feel encouraged to follow their lead. Giuseppe has introduced Amy to many new sports, and Amy is fearless, always willing to participate. They both have an eccentric love of cuisine and travel. Their adventures are out of a movie, one we all wish we were in.
Together so far, you have built a beautiful life. Giuseppe, raising you has made us better in every way. Love, patience, and understanding have flourished because of you. You have given us so much love, laughter, and joy. You have grown into a strong, confident, loving young man. You are fiercely committed to working hard and challenging yourself. The growth in you is overwhelming, and watching your dedication is inspiring. You have this beautiful, modest demeanor with a calm and composed energy that is truly magical. Amy, petite yet mighty, Your love and passion is a force of nature. You have a grace and energy that is truly magnificent. We love you, your family.
Giuseppe and Amy, as your new chapter begins, a few words of wisdom. Hug and kiss every day. Listen to one another. Be patient with yourselves and each other. Communicate openly, and no need to mention honesty. Amy.
Support each other's dreams. Savor the simple moments. Love every day. Laugh whenever possible. Do everything together. Continue to make each other better. Always move forward and know that your family will always be there to love and support you.
To Giuseppe and Amy and your epic love story, may you always find comfort in each other. May your love continue to flourish. Ecco una bella vita.
Here's to a beautiful life. Amy and Giuseppe, salute. God bless you both.
We love you.
Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Emily, and I'm honored to stand here today as one of Amy's bridesmaids. I met Amy just over 3 years ago through her now husband, Giuseppe, who also happens to be my cousin. When I met Amy, she very quickly became one of my favorite people to spend time with and very quickly became one of my best friends. On the other hand, Giuseppe and I grew up living around the corner from one another, and we went through kindergarten to grade 12 together. I just want to make it clear, I'm older than him by 2 weeks, so I am his older cousin. But needless to say, we know each other pretty well at this point in our lives, so I'm really excited that you found your person and that we all love her so much. When Giuseppe introduced Amy to myself and the other cousins on our side of the family, we all immediately clicked with her. She was extremely friendly and loving and outgoing from the day we met her. They always welcomed us into their home and into their space. And I knew this is someone that I wanted to be friends with pretty much right away. As their relationship grew, we started spending more time together, and I can confidently say that she fits in with all the cousins and the family perfectly. She has brought such an authentic and fun energy to our lives, in our family, and I'm really excited for Giuseppe that he's chosen to spend the rest of his life hand in hand with such an incredible person. So, Giuseppe, I wanted to say thank you for bringing such a strong, bright, and thoughtful person into our lives. Speaking on behalf of the cousins, we're all very grateful that you brought Amy into the family. And Amy, thank you for always being so kind and welcoming and fun, and most importantly, for being such a dedicated and supportive partner to my cousin Giuseppe. I know I've been introducing you as family for a while now, but now we can officially say we're family. And finally, I wanted to sincerely thank both of you guys for bringing us all together on this beautiful and unforgettable day to celebrate your love and dedication to one another. I'm very grateful to be part of this special day, so thank you guys very much. Of course.
Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dinasha, and most people call me Nash, so you might hear different things tonight. Amy and I have been the best of friends for almost a decade and a half now. So I've basically been around to witness all of her cringe phases in life, from lying to strangers about her name and telling people she owns a dog, to making everyone say, "Swear to peanuts," if you aren't gonna lie to her. We've truly been through it all together. From endless laughs to heartbreaks, awkward stages, major life milestones, even sitting through my boring university lectures with me, even though she was in a completely different program. Amy has always just been such an incredible friend to me. She's the one that gives me tough love. She tells it to me straight. Sometimes it can be a bit much, but I appreciate it in the end. And she honestly motivates me to be the best version of myself and to shoot for the stars. Even if I'm not feeling confident, even if I'm not in the best place, she'll always... Stop. When we were younger, we used to dream about this day. We would sit and have conversations with our friends, Marie and Caitlin. Marie and Caitlin, wave. We would sit and have conversations with Marie and Caitlin about who would get married first, who would have kids first. And I'm gonna be honest, nobody thought it was gonna be Amy. And none of us thought it was gonna be Amy. But here we are. Honestly, when Amy called me, I remember very clearly. We were on FaceTime, and she tells me she's about to move in with this guy that she's been talking to for a few months. I was like, girl, are you out of your mind? I literally thought we had to take her to the Royal Hospital. But fast forward a few months later, I met Giuseppe, and it all made sense. Giuseppe is a great guy. He's patient, he's kind, he's loving, he's super smart, super encouraging. The only person I would take financial advice from. He's everything Amy deserves and even more. Although Amy has always been a strong and brilliant woman, I've had the privilege of watching her grow into an even more amazing woman, and now, wife? And I truly believe that having a supportive, loving partner like Giuseppe has played a huge part in that. So Giuseppe, thank you for loving my girl the way she deserves. And thank you for becoming a great friend to me. You both mean so much to me, and I value our friendship more than you could ever know. So, I love you guys. Everyone raise your glass. As we celebrate this beautiful day, I just want to say I'm so incredibly happy for you both. Here's to a lifetime of belly laughs, spontaneous adventures, unforgettable moments, unforgettable trips, you know they love to travel, and unconditional love. To Amy and Giuseppe, may your marriage be full of joy, growth, love, and just the right amount of petty arguments to keep things spicy. I love you guys. Cheers to the happy couple. Cheers.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. We all gather here today to celebrate the beautiful union of two incredible people, Amy and Giuseppe, as they begin this exciting new chapter of their lives together. I've known Giuseppe for almost a decade now, and I can honestly say I've witnessed one of the most impressive character developments. He went from grinding Minecraft all day to now unlocking real-life achievements. Today, he unlocks another, marriage. This one is a rare achievement. Seeing Giuseppe with Amy is like watching two pieces of a puzzle complete each other. He's happier, more confident, and genuinely the best version of himself. All thanks to the love and partnership they've built together. Let me take a moment to speak on Amy. Not only is she Giuseppe's better half, but I'm proud to call her my friend. She's kind, thoughtful, and somehow managed to do the impossible. She got her group of introverts to actually hang out in real life instead of talking through headsets. She brought warmth, energy, and a sense of togetherness that we didn't even realize we were missing as friends. Amy, you not only made Giuseppe a better man, you made us all a better group of friends. So here's to Amy and Giuseppe. May your days be filled with love, your nights with laughter, and your hearts forever with each other. Let's raise a glass to a lifetime of happiness and adventure. Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, hello. I'm way more comfortable sitting at home playing video games with Amy and Giuseppe. Closer to the mic, okay, sorry. It's pretty obvious. I'm way more comfortable sitting at home playing games with Amy and Giuseppe than standing up here. So if I start visibly sweating or losing my pace or my place, someone's gonna have to come up here, and I know John's probably just barely holding it together right now, and Jake's got enough to deal with, so someone's gonna have to step up. Anyways, it's been a long time coming, so fingers crossed we get through it. For those who don't know me, my name is Cole, and I've had the privilege of being one of Giuseppe's best friends since the 4th grade. It all started when we both transferred to St. John the Apostle Elementary School, where we bonded over video games, sports, a shared sense of humor, and most importantly, Giuseppe's absolutely stacked school lunches. I kid you not, his mom packed him enough food for a family of 4, and luckily for me, I was always hungry. So, Veronica and Joe, thank you for not only feeding your son, but also for their freeloading, tall and hungry best friend. Now, to really understand Giuseppe and I back then, there's one thing you need to know. We were those kids. The ones with too much energy and supposedly not enough supervision. Or maybe it was just me, I'm not too sure. Our French teacher, Madame Rivard, was so overwhelmed by the chaos we brought that she actually created a system to manage us. She called it the triangle. Anytime she saw Giuseppe, myself, or our friend Nathan within a 5-foot radius of each other, she'd shout, "Triangle!" And we'd have to scatter. And I'm not exaggerating, this was like literally a daily protocol. Looking back, maybe she was just pioneering social distancing before the rest of the world, but no matter where we were, class, the hallway, literally just existing anywhere, it was game over. Back then, if we weren't at school, we were probably holed up in the basement screaming at our TVs, playing Call of Duty or building nonsense in Minecraft, and genuinely convinced YouTube fame was just around the corner. So in grade 7, we made it official. Giuseppe and I launched a YouTube channel together where we uploaded clips of us playing COD and Minecraft, and shockingly, the world didn't immediately recognize our genius, but luckily for us, the videos are still live, so if any of you are curious and would like to see a prepubescent Giuseppe, feel free to chat with me later after this. Now, the channel didn't last long, but the gaming definitely did. We were full-time basement dwellers, pale, under-socialized, and at the time, thriving. Eventually, though, we figured it might be time to leave the house and try this whole being social thing. So we made the bold decision to hit up one of our first high school parties, Connor Bright's infamous Blackout Banger. Big name, big hype, and for us, even bigger expectations. Naturally, we showed up on time, said hi to maybe 3 people, and then posted up in the corner scrolling on our phones for the rest of the night. Honestly, classic us, but perfectly on brand. Fast forward to grade 12, somehow Giuseppe and I both got girlfriends around the same time, and I swear to God, we treated it like we won an Olympic gold medal. Like, I remember texting him and being like, "Man, I'm so genuinely proud of you. Like, have you seen how far we've come?" And honestly, Giuseppe was right there with me. The wild part is, while I was over here stressing about grades and barely holding it together, Giuseppe was just coasting. He'd do the bare minimum, say, grades don't matter this year, I'll try next year, and then never, ever actually do that. Honestly, I remember one year I probably studied for 3 days straight, still finishing 2 letter grades behind him on a test I'm pretty sure he didn't even know was happening. So, after breezing through high school and more than halfway through his engineering degree, Giuseppe did anything a responsible young adult would do. He teamed up with me and launched a business selling melatonin vape pens. And that's actually when I met Amy. Yeah, that actually happened. Giuseppe and I tried selling melatonin vapes, and Amy, God bless your heart, for whatever reason, you didn't see that as a red flag. And easily the peak of our professional careers for sure, and maybe a new low for you, but thank you for doing that. Even from that very first meeting, I could tell there was something different about you. So when Giuseppe told us not long after that he was moving in with you, I absolutely panicked. I kid you not, John and I literally got in the car and drove to Walmart and started having a full-blown conversation about this. What the hell does this guy think he's doing moving in with a girl this fast? We were genuinely stressed. But of course, as usual, Giuseppe knew exactly what he was doing. Amy, from the beginning, you just fit in. You jumped into our game nights like you'd always been part of the crew. You planned hangouts, checked in on people, and somehow got Giuseppe to leave the house more than once a month. I genuinely don't think I saw Giuseppe that much ever until you moved in. You've been the glue in this group ever since, and the best part is it never felt forced. You're not just Giuseppe's partner, you're our friend, a real one. From day one, you made an effort most people don't. You didn't hang back or keep things surface level. You got involved. You cared about us like we'd known each other for years. You planned the hangouts, sent the check-ins, and made sure everyone felt welcome, like they mattered. And somehow you made it feel effortless. And I'm sure a lot of people in this room know exactly what I mean. If you've ever been to their place, chances are Amy's probably come up to you more than a couple times to ask, "Are you having fun? Can I get you anything? Are you sure?" That's just who she is. Amy is generous, thoughtful, and hands down one of the kindest people I know. I've never seen Giuseppe happier, more grounded, or more himself than when he's with her. Looking back, the way Amy brought us together didn't just change things, it set the tone for everything that came next. Before we knew it, they were buying a house in Canada, and Giuseppe was deep in his dad era, debating power tool brands and getting weirdly excited about lawn maintenance. At the time, I was still living at home, Googling how long chicken lasts in the fridge, and Giuseppe was out here comparing mortgage rates and assembling furniture like it was a competitive sport. And as life started getting more serious, they somehow made things even more fun. Their place quickly turned into the unofficial headquarters for our friend group, and I swear Amy invited us over more in the first month than Giuseppe had invited anyone over to anything ever. She basically doubled his lifetime social output overnight. We were there so often, I think my parents genuinely believed I'd moved in, and honestly, part of me kind of had. Some of the best laughs, the most unfiltered conversations, and those oddly perfect moments where everything just clicks, they all happen in that infamous garage and living room that we all know and love. And while all that was happening, the hosting, the hangouts, the housewarming, slowly but surely, their zoo was growing. Giuseppe swore, and guys, I mean, he swore, there would be no more pets. No more. 1 cat, maybe 2, a dog. Now, I don't know, I've lost count. 6? 5? I'm not sure. He acts like he's just along for the ride, but let's be honest, this man is out here meal prepping for their next pet, and I'm gonna guess right now it's gonna be a hairless cat. Okay? So that being said, through all of it, school, moving, work, pets, you name it, Giuseppe didn't just keep up, he got ahead. He might have coasted through school, but when it came to things he actually cared about, he's locked in. I've watched him take on challenge after challenge, always learning, always stepping up, and still being the first person I call whenever I'm in over my head. He's not the loudest guy in the room, but he's always the one you want to hear from. He listens when it matters, shows up when it counts, and, sorry guys, gives advice that's never surface level. It's thoughtful, wow, honest, and you can tell he's really thinking it through like it's his own problem too. Pause, breathe. Giuseppe, you've been like a brother to me for most of my life. We've grown up side by side through every stupid idea, late night call, dumb inside joke, and weird character development arc in between. And through it all, you've been one of the most steady, loyal, and important people in my life. Amy, you didn't just join our friend group, you changed the entire dynamic from day one. You brought us closer together, added something we didn't even know we were missing, and helped shape us into the closest friend group I've ever had. They say behind every great man is a great woman, and with you and Giuseppe, that couldn't be more than true. Together, you've built something truly special, and standing here today, after knowing Giuseppe for most of my life, I can say with absolute certainty, he couldn't have found someone better. So let's raise a glass to Giuseppe and Amy, to all the nights we've shared and to all the ones still to come. I love you both, and I can't wait to make even more memories with you in the years ahead. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a good night so far. If you didn't know, I'm Gina. I'm Amy's sister and maid of honor. When Amy and Giuseppe gave us a call telling us that they got engaged, my first thought was excitement and happiness for them, and then my second thought was, shit, I'm gonna have to give a speech at their wedding. But here we are, 3 years later, and we're at their wedding, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. Amy. Writing the speech was a bit of a challenge for me because there are so many memories that flooded my mind. From growing up and playing Pokemon and Minecraft together, being forced to watch horror movies with you because you didn't want to watch alone, and stealing each other's clothes up until the day you moved out. I still remember back in high school when people used to mistake us for each other, and I would secretly be happy knowing that I looked even a little as cool as you did. Growing up, I wanted to copy everything you did. I wanted to copy your style, your jokes. I even copied you and got a nursing degree. But it's so crazy to think that now, and how far we've come, and now we're here at your wedding. Although we grew up to be different people with different paths, we will always be made up of pieces of who we were growing up together. I'm so lucky to have you by my side as I grew up. You always looked out for me and took care of me, and you still do. There's no one in this world who understands me more than you do, and I wouldn't have any other way. Sometimes I wonder how you've gone through life without an older sister yourself, because I don't think I would have been able to grow up without you. You paved the way for me, and I became the person I am today because of you. You're one of the most caring people I know. You're loyal, you're confident, adventurous, and you have such a big heart. We may have fought a lot growing up, but we always came back to each other because we can't go more than a day being mad at each other. One of the things I look up to most is how driven you are, from doing nursing to computer programming and now becoming a successful personal trainer. I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished in life so far, and I cannot wait to see your next adventures with Giuseppe. Giuseppe, I'm so blessed to have gotten to know you over the past 5 years. In fact, we've officially been banned from sitting across from each other at the dinner table because Amy claims that we get too chatty and take over the conversation. But on a real note, I'm so grateful that you and Amy have found each other. I think a lot of us can see how much love and care you have for each other. You're a caring, patient, and genuine person, and you have been such an effortless addition into our family. It feels like you've always been a part of it. So thank you for sliding into Amy's DMs 4 times. You are truly one of the best things to ever happen to my sister, and it makes me so happy knowing that she has someone who loves her the way that you do. I remember always saying I wanted a brother growing up, and now I'm so happy to say that I have one. I hope you have as much fun growing old with her as I did growing up with her. So please join me and raise your glasses in honor of my sister Amy and my brother-in-law Giuseppe. May your lives be filled with endless happiness and love. Cheers, everyone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jake Papalia, proud younger brother of the groom. I'd like to begin by thanking God for bringing us all together today to celebrate this incredible occasion. It's truly an honor to stand here and speak on behalf of my brother and his beautiful new wife. Now, where do I begin? Handsome, intelligent, kind. Okay, enough about me. In all seriousness, let's give the stunning bride another round of applause. And as for the groom, well, I guess he doesn't look too bad either. Growing up with Giuseppe was a bit different from your typical brotherly dynamic. We didn't fight physically all that much, probably because I was stronger than him from a pretty young age. One of my favorite memories is from when we were about 7 and 9 years old, arguing over who was the harder hitter in football. Naturally, we decided the only way to settle it was to come home from school, throw on our gear, and prepare to go head-to-head in the backyard. Thankfully, Mom and Papa walked in just in time to shut it down before we could do any real damage. Giuseppe and I shared a deep love for video games and sports growing up. Nothing quite compares to the hours we spent grinding through single-player games, passing the controller back and forth, each of us making up for each other's weaknesses. We used to joke that if we could combine into one person, we'd be unstoppable. As the older brother, Giuseppe definitely took on the role of the rebel. He was the one always pushing the limits with our parents, asking for more freedom and negotiating for new things. And lucky for me, I got to enjoy all the same benefits without having to fight for them. He paved the way, and I just cruised right behind him. Throughout elementary and high school, Giuseppe was never the most popular or social kid. And honestly, he couldn't have cared less. I've always believed it was because he was simply too intelligent for most of the conversations around him. While other kids were busy with small talk or trends, Giuseppe was thinking about the next skill he could learn or the next thing he could build. I remember him teaching himself how to code a Minecraft plugin when he was just 10 or 11, all from a few YouTube videos. He'd say to me, "Just follow the video, Jake. It's easy. It gives you step-by-step instructions." I'd try, and within minutes, I was completely lost. That's when I realized this guy had something special. That curiosity, that drive to understand and create has always been a part of who Giuseppe is. And it's one of the qualities I admire most in him. It's also the same drive that led him to build not only his career, but now a life with the woman he loves. One of the things I admire most about Giuseppe is his ability to stay calm under pressure. He never lets things get to him, no matter the situation. He always finds a way to brush it off and move forward. It's a true testament to the man he's become. I'll be honest, there was a time when I wondered how he'd turn out, but through his dedication to his craft, his relentless discipline, he's far exceeded any expectations I ever had. Those are qualities I'll always admire and frankly envy. I don't know a single other person who could have juggled a full-time job while completing a 4-year engineering degree, except for Giuseppe. That kind of grit is rare, and it's something that continues to inspire me. When I was around the age of 18 and Giuseppe was 20, we still spent a lot of late nights playing video games together. It was our time to bond, laugh, and hang out. One of my favorite parts of those years was being able to run into his room and ask him any random question about school, life, anything, and he'd always have an answer. He was like my own personal Google Assistant just down the hall. Then, suddenly, one day, out of nowhere, he says, "Nah, I don't feel like playing tonight." I was confused. "What do you mean you don't feel like playing? What else are you doing?" So I'd go check, and there he was on FaceTime with this girl. I'd still try, "Yo, wanna play a game?" And he'd go, "Nah, I'm busy, leave me be." I was concerned, so I started joking. "Okay, man, who is this girl? You're spending so much time with her. Are you gonna marry her, or what?" That girl, as you've probably guessed by now, was Amy. And from the moment she came into his life, everything changed. Giuseppe didn't want to play games anymore. He just wanted to spend time with her. Then, not long after they started dating, he came home one day and said, "I'm moving out." My brother, who at the time really wasn't all that dependent, was suddenly packing up and getting ready to start a life with Amy. I honestly thought he was nuts. They had only been together a few months, and I was like, "Really? Already?" I was 18 when he left, and I won't lie, there was a huge void. I couldn't run into his room anymore. I couldn't rely on him the same way. All that time and attention we used to share, it now belonged to Amy. And yeah, at first, I was a little jealous. I felt like all the wisdom, all the things he could have been teaching me were going to her. But that's when I realized I had to start learning how to live without him just down the hall. Amy and I are surprisingly alike. We both value brutal honesty. We're not the type to sugarcoat things, and we respect that about each other. We don't give the answer the other wants to hear, we give the one they need to hear. We also love to have fun, maybe a little too much at times. That's where Giuseppe comes in. He's always been the one focused on work, learning something new, or chasing the next challenge. He brings balance. Together, the two of them are an unstoppable force, constantly pushing each other to grow, to get out of their comfort zones, and to become the best versions of themselves. For those of you who don't know, my brother is a full-on workaholic, and Amy is the only one who can get him to stop, relax, and enjoy life. I was talking to Amy a few months ago about how I tried getting Giuseppe to try and do so many things growing up with me, but he never would. Now, with Amy, she gets him to do all of those things. She asked me, does it make you upset that he only started doing them because I pushed him to? To which I responded, definitely not. I'm just glad you were able to get through to him because I spent years trying and I never could. A true testament to their love for each other. For a long time now, I've been saying that Amy is the sister I never had. I'm glad I can officially say you're my sister-in-law, even though we've been saying it for years now. One thing about Amy being on your side is she'll fight for you till the end, defend you, and always have your back. One of the qualities I love about her most. If you're her friend or family, it doesn't matter what giant you face, she will be there right by your side. I'm incredibly proud of the couple you've both become. From the days where you were younger and still finding your way, you've blossomed into something truly special. I love you both with all my heart, and no matter what happens, I'll always have your back. I'm also so thankful that you're only a 7-minute drive away. I honestly can't imagine life without either of you. You both push me to be the best version of myself and encourage me to step outside of my comfort zone. For that, I'm beyond grateful to have you both in my corner. With that being said, I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us as a family. Watching you both grow together, to me becoming an uncle someday, and hopefully, one day, having a love and partnership as strong as yours. I came across a quote that I thought was perfect, and clearly Gina did too. To Amy, I hope you enjoy growing old with Giuseppe as much as I did growing up with him. You two are truly magical people with hearts as big as they come. I love you both so much. Thank you for being the best brother anyone could ask for and the best sister that came later in life. I know you're going to continue to grow as a couple, and I'm so excited to see what's next for you. I'm looking forward to many more rounds of golf, softball games, football Sundays, and family dinner. I love you both more than words can express. May God bless you both as you continue this amazing journey together to a long life filled with happiness and joy. Thank you.
Testing. Okay, we're good.
Good evening, everyone. Standing here tonight, looking around this room filled with warmth and laughter, I feel deeply grateful to be surrounded by your incredible presence and support. First off, to my wonderful parents, thank you for your endless grace and patience and for demonstrating what it truly means to build a life of love and partnership. To my father, thank you for showing me by your actions how a husband cherishes and respects his wife. To my mother, thank you for teaching me the true meaning of selfless devotion and unconditional love for family. I know I wasn't the easiest child to raise, but your unwavering support and guidance shaped who I am today, and I am forever thankful. To my brother, thank you for being my lifelong friend and my fiercest competitor. From sports to games and everything in between, you've always pushed me to reach higher. Although I'll probably never beat you at golf, rest assured I'll keep trying. To my grandfather, your energy and passion for life, even as you've aged, inspires us all. Whether it's golfing, curling, or going to work just plastering last week, your vitality reminds us all to stay active and engaged with life. And I know Grandma is proudly watching above, smiling down on us today. To my incredible in-laws, thank you for welcoming me into your family. To Danny, thank you for always sharing your experiences and insights. I truly appreciate them. To May, thank you for opening your home, always making sure I'm well fed and cared for. To Gina, thank you for being a loving sister to Amy and to me, always supporting us through life's challenges. I'm no longer just a random Guai. And finally, to my beautiful wife, your beauty, radiant smile, and contagious laughter brighten every single day. Thank you for trusting me to lead us on this incredible journey together. You are the spark that energizes my days, always pushing me to explore and to live fully. You remind me to slow down and appreciate life's moments. I'm deeply grateful for everything we've experienced together, proud of what we've accomplished, and excited for all that lies ahead. Thank you for all sharing this special day with us.
I apologize ahead of time if I mess this up. Good evening, everyone. Is everyone having a good time? To be honest, I was a total ball of anxiety this morning, but now that I'm standing here surrounded by all of you and knowing I'm almost done this speech and a little detour, we're gonna do our first dance later, I'm already feeling so much relief. This is absolutely insane. I feel so lucky to be here with all of the people we love most. Thank you for being here. Whether you came down from the street or flew in from across the world, your presence means everything to Giuseppe and I. To my mom's family who traveled from Houston. My cousin Stephen and friend Grace from New York. And my girls Melinda and Amanda who flew all the way from Sweden. Where am I? Thank you. Thank you. And to all my friends, thank you for being here, for always hyping me up, making me laugh, and being a part of our lives. To my dad's side, Uncle Paul, Aunt Tran, Bonnie, Keenson, and Joanne, and all of my cousins, thank you for being a part of my life from the very beginning. To my sister, Gina, you've been my friend since I was 3 years old. I know I drive you nuts, and you drive me nuts as well, but you'll always be my little sister. I appreciate that I can tell you anything and know you won't judge me, and if you do, you would tell me to my face. I love you so much, even if I don't always say it the way I should. To Jake, you're not just Giuseppe's little brother, you're my brother too now. And in so many ways, you're so different from Giuseppe, and I really appreciate the person you are. Thank you for welcoming me, and I truly appreciate the relationship we have, Jake. To Veronica and Joe, thank you for always making me feel like I belong. Veronica, thank you for your beautiful homemade food and all the sweet gestures that show how much you care for us. And Joe, there aren't many people I can golf alongside with without worrying being judged if I top the ball or send it flying into the woods. Thank you. But you'll always be there, calmly helping me find my ball. Thank you both for trusting me with your son just 3 months after we met. I know it was a lot, very fast, and your trust in us has meant the world to me. To my mom and dad, Mommy, Daddy, Dodgesai. Thank you for everything you've done for me growing up. I know growing up, you two worked so hard to make sure Gina and I are always taken care of. Daddy, the way you took care of my mom through sickness and health, I knew I wanted to find someone who would love me like that. Thank you for teaching me everything I know, Daddy. I would not be the person I am today without you two supporting me. Ngon ngoái lị. Oh, there's a back, I forgot. And of course, I have to give a special thanks to our biggest sponsor of tonight's wedding, my husband, Giuseppe. And damn, that's the first time I called you my husband! And you really are my husband now. Giuseppe, you're my calm place, my partner in crime, my fur baby daddy, and the person who reminds me every day that everything will be okay. You inspire me, push me to grow, and love me through everything. Thank you for marrying me and for bankrolling this whole party. I hope we're all drinking wine and finishing the wine because it's paid for. Marriage isn't a bond between two people. It's a bond between two families. And tonight, I promise to love, respect, and care for all of you as we continue this family together. Jake, I promise to not breathe during your backswing when you golf. Joe, I promise to not to move the rocks when we end, before we end when we curl. And Veronica, I promise to always help you wash the dishes after dinner. Oh, and I can't forget Poppy and Benjamin, our two massive dogs, who are holding down the fort tonight at our house so we can be here tonight. So thank you to them. And a big thank you to Michael, our partner, our planner, Bethany and Luke, our photo and video team, for making sure today has run smoothly and capturing all these memories. There's so many people I wish I could thank one by one, but if I did, we'd be here all night. So if you're here, just know that you're a part of what makes this day so meaningful, every single one of you. It doesn't matter how I met you. If you're here, you hold a special place in our hearts. We are so freaking grateful you came to celebrate with us tonight. So tonight, let's celebrate love, family, and friendship. And remember, if the bride says you drink, you freaking drink! Cheers to everyone. Toate sai, grazie. Cheers. And he's gonna do my cheers for me.